Good morning, DHD. So, today we're going to be discussing something. I got a little perturbed when I watched a YouTube video. It was from deer and deer hunting. And basically, what they were doing was there was a gentleman on there that was basically saying that the Rompola buck, was fake. And there are a lot of people that think it is fake. But so, what I've got here is I want to do just like a little demonstration just because, I feel like, a 30-inch spread on a deer, that's that's huge, That's something that might be realistic, it might not be. But there was something that I was taught a long time ago, and this doesn't always hold true, but for the most part, it's the spacing between the horns. So this one is like a 2.5-year-old deer, and the spacing between here is 2.25 inches. This one, 2.5-year-old deer, he's pretty respectful, not too bad. 2.25 inch spread in between the brow tines. But then you get to like this guy here. This is 4.5, 5.5-year-old deer, most likely. My dad thought that it was 4.5. I kind of think it was 5.5. Got a couple little drop tines there. But the spacing in between here and here is a little over 3 inches. It's 3 1/8 inches. Now, if you look at the Rompola buck, I would say the spacing between that deer is probably more like 5 inches. Now, when you're talking deer and inches and horns, 2 inches is a lot. This buck here has a 21-inch spread now that it's dried. And this thing was killed back in 2003 by my dad with a rifle. So, I guess what I'm getting at is could a 30-inch wide buck exist? Probably so. Just because, as these deer get older, and it doesn't always hold true, but the spacing, a lot of times does increase. And so, I don't know, I hate to always be a negative Nancy and, be that down Nelly type of person. Try to always be optimistic, but anyhow, I don't know. I sure feel like it could be true. The guy in there, he says that the Rompola, Mr. Rompola, showed him a weather check shed. I don't know, that he said was fresh. These things are my lawn ornaments. They've been sitting outside for a lot of years. Not this one here that we dipped. But, it doesn't take very long for these things, Maybe he thought it was fresh, but maybe it had been on the ground a little bit longer, who knows. But anyhow, I don't know. I like to think that it's true. Sure is a cool story. It's an awesome buck. Does it exist? Is it real? Is it fake? I don't know, but I did want to kind of throw this out. So, anyhow, like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Rompola buck. Tell me whether you think it's real or fake. And I'll try to put the link down below from Deer and Deer Hunting with the discussion that they were having about the Rompola buck. The video is called The Rompola Buck BS. And so, anyhow, I kind of wanted to throw this out there. That buck, like I said, he kind of shoots off from here more than anything, but rather than, these typical deer here are coming more straight up, whereas his comes out. Texas, they have some of the whitest deer in the United States in the lower 48. So, I don't know, and a lot of times they're pushing 30 inches. So to think that something, I think Rompola was up in Minnesota, Wisconsin, something like that, but up north where, and to not to discredit his story or anything, but typically the deer more kind of like this, more straight up. They don't come out so much, but there's so many different bloodlines in the whitetail, that you never know what kind of DNA might pop out. That's why we have piebalds and albinos and stuff like that. But I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.